Good morning, everyone. It's a Sunday and I've decided just to have a bed day, as well as, to be fair, yesterday afternoon as well. I had a bed day. But today is the day that I posted that we were having twins. And yeah, now I get to just be live on weekly updates. Now I've had that scan, but it's just, yeah, it's still sinking in. And we are feeling so grateful. The messages that are coming through are just, yeah, so heartwarming, and it's just so nice to be on that journey. And so many other twin mums have reached out to me as well, which is just amazing. So it's just so nice to have that support and just, you know, speaking to other women and their experiences and how they found it and blah blah blah. So yeah, it's just been really nice. But yeah, I'm just resting today. And like I said, yes, was the same yesterday, but I did go Bromley. I was feeling really good in the morning. Went Bromley, and then I sorted my whole wardrobe out. I threw away so much because, like, realistically, for the rest of this year, I'm not going to be wearing any of these clothes. So I just put them all in a box, put them all in storage. So I've cleared up so much space. So hopefully I'll be getting some maternity clothes soon, because I definitely have a pouch. I mean, I wouldn't call it a bump, but there's definitely like an expanded uterus down there. I'm 8 weeks literally tomorrow. And yeah, I've already got a pouch, and already my trousers aren't fitting me. So I'm like, wow, I'm going to be huge. So I had that huge wardrobe clear out, and then I just chilled out for the rest of the day. But yeah, I just thought I'd come on here and just let you know how I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm eating so weird. Like, even right now, I feel like I need to eat. And I've asked my husband to go and get me some bagels, because this is all I fancied. But if I listen to my body and I eat what I can eat and what I fancy, I'm good. I have to eat very slow, because it's not easy. My appetite's not there, but my hunger is there. Try and explain that to my husband. He's like, sorry, that doesn't even make sense. But even as I'm speaking now, my belly is growling at me. So I am going to go and make some bagels. But I've already had fruit this morning. I've had fruit and yogurt, and then I've had extra fruit when I woke up. But yeah, and I had a bit of a dodgy belly. Like, I don't know if pregnancy clear outs are a thing. I don't want to say the word because TMI. But yeah, every week I've had like a clear out, because I get really constipated and then it backs up and then I'm uncomfortable. So again, last night I said to David, I was like, just rub my back. I just feel really uncomfortable, gassy, bloated. And then yeah, this morning I just had a clear out, and then just made me feel really queasy. So I was like, oh, okay. But then I was hungry again, because then I'm empty. So then I've had to eat again. And then, yeah, the fruit didn't fully cut it. I wasn't really feeling the fullness. So I was like, Marmite bagel. So I've got the bagels. They're my friends right now. But yeah, I haven't been feeling very tired. I know tiredness is normally a real big symptom, but I mean, obviously it's the weekend, so I get to rest anyways. But I think because I am listening to my body when to rest, last night was like the first time my eyes were going like this earlier than normal. And then, yeah, just today, obviously, with my queasy tummy and just, yeah, a little bit more queasy today, which I'm fine now, but I am just hungry. I've just decided to literally rest while David's gone for a walk down to the coffee shop. I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to just chill. So I definitely am feeling a little bit more tired today. But I always notice if I've had a big day before, I'm always tired the next day. Because it was the same when it was my cousin's 3rd birthday, and went to the birthday party, and it was like very heightened. There's a lot of energy, and I was having loads of fun. I was talking to the whole family, and then the next day I felt really tired. So it is, if I do too much, I notice how tired I am. But if I'm resting and I'm listening to my body throughout the day, I end up having energy. So the same as Friday night, I pretty much rested most of the day, but and did some calls and did work. But then by the evening, I rested a little bit in the day, and then by the evening I felt fine. So I went out for dinner with my dad, and that was actually nice. And I was glad to get out of the house. So I'm just like balancing the both, because I don't want to just be bed bound or like sofa bound every day. But I still want to get out and move and see family and stuff, which I feel really grateful that I can still do that at 8 weeks. But yeah, yesterday I bumped into, I just was chatting to some girl sitting next to me. I had to take a minute when we were walking around Bromley. Suddenly my hunger hit, and I went to Marks & Spencer. I said, David, we're in the queue for Zara getting me some nice stretchy, not maternity clothes, but like clothes that I can wear that are comfortable, even with this pouch. And then I sat and I was like, baby, you'll have to queue for me, because my hunger's just kicked in. So I went down to M&S and I bought some really nice healthy, I really fancied health, so I got all like the beans. It was like beans and quinoa, green beans, yeah, like cannelloni beans, and then avocado and feta. Oh, it was just amazing. But like I said, I eat it and I ate it all, but I before, if I'm that hungry, you'd think you can scoff it down, because I feel like right now I could scoff that whole bagel, but it will take me a really long time to eat. Just appetite wise, it's like hard. But when I'm chewing it and I'm actually feeling the flavors, I'm enjoying it, but just managing to eat it slow. But I just sat down, just had a moment to myself, just was eating while he was queuing, and then he went to Holland and Barrett, and then I got talking to this woman next to me, and she had 3 kids like running around and I was like, oh, how are you managing the 3? Like, they look quite close in age. And yeah, she was sharing, saying like she absolutely like loves having children. Like, she was like, you know, you think that, she goes, the hardest was going from 0 to 1, but then from 1 to 2 to 2 to 3, she goes, no different. Like, it's actually been amazing, and they all play together, and it's actually like a lot easier having more children. So I was like, oh my God, amazing. It's like, and I said, oh, I'm carrying 2, and she was like, what? She was like, oh my God, how far gone are you? I said, I'm 8 weeks, obviously tomorrow. And she was like, and you're like looking like this, you look fine. I was like, yeah, no, I'm feeling great. She was like, oh my God, I had really bad HG on all my pregnancies. And she goes, I couldn't even leave the house. Like, you are doing so well. And I was like, no, I am really grateful. Like, I can even go out. And I know a lot of people suffer with that. And yeah, I just said to her, like, I'm so grateful. She goes, and you're carrying 2, and you're like literally doing so well. I was like, I am doing well. She goes, no, you're going to love having 2, and they're always going to be able to play together and, you know, be together. I'm like, yeah, I really actually can't wait. She said, yeah, because the moment she had 2 and then they started interacting, she said it was just the best. And then having the 3rd as well, it's just like they were so good with the other baby. And so yeah, I'm just feeling really grateful that I'm carrying 2 humans. I'm growing 2 humans, 2 placenters. Oh my God. Because they're obviously the 2 twins, that the 2 embryos, the separate embryos that have both implanted. So they're not far from each other. Obviously they're next to each other, but there's a good gap between, which is a good sign as well, that they're not like too close. And yeah, just they have their own space. But yeah, one is actually like underneath the other. So on the scan, you couldn't necessarily see the second one as much because it was behind and underneath the first one. So the first one was really clear. But both measurements were measuring, yeah, the exact date from transfer, what they expected. Actually, a little bit sooner. They were like, well, to be fair, no, one of them was 2 days sooner than they expected. But I think that's because it implanted 2 days before, like most embryos implant in IVF. And I said, yeah, that's because the first one implanted on the day of the transfer. And she said, how did you know that? I said, I felt it. Like, I felt it burrowing in. Like, one of them did not want to wait around. Like 8 hours in, it was burying in my uterus and I could feel it. Like, and that was definitely twin 1. I said that the one that she saw, I was like, that's the one that I felt this side of me. That was, and I said this side of me, this side. On the left, I felt that day 1. And then 2 days later, I felt the other one. And then the measurements on the actual scan said 7 weeks and 1 day and 7 weeks and 3 days. So yeah, there was 2 days between. I'm like, my body knew that. Like, that is insane. Like, my body knew when the embryo is implanting, and I just think that's just crazy. But it just shows how much I'm connected to my body, and I listen to my body, and, you know, that's the power of like your connection with your body. And that's what I've been doing this whole time. I've just been really listening to my body and trusting my body rather than like any external things or like any worry about anything else. I'm like, I can feel in my body, both are good, both are growing, and I trust my body to tell me. And I think that alone takes away so much mental stress and worry, because I know how many mums worry about the outcome or what ifs and all of this, and it's just totally out of your control. But when you have trust and faith in your body, it's like you have this big knowing of everything's good. And I'm just taking one day at a time. I'm like, everything's good. And yeah, and I'm just grateful that my 2 little babies are just growing in my uterus right now, and my uterus is expanding to make space for them, and my wardrobe is now it's going to be expanding so I can actually wear clothes that are comfortable. But I just find this fascinating. This whole year is just going to be just all new experiences and that I'm so ready to experience. And I'm just feeling so grateful. So thank you for everyone who watched the video, and I will keep you updated on my pregnancy journey and how I'm feeling. And yeah, like I said, 8 weeks tomorrow, and I've got my midwife appointment on Tuesday, so I'll let you know how that goes. I think they just do blood and just do some checks and family history and all of that. So, and then I think I'm going to ask a little bit about birth and like what my options are, and like, do I need to go to like a twin specialist, or do I need to be observed by twin specialists? I don't know. So I'm going to ask all the questions on Tuesday, which is good, because and I got it earlier because a friend recommended her midwife, who took her through all of her pregnancies, and the actual original date I had for my first midwife appointment was like 13 weeks. And I was like, that doesn't seem right. So when I told my friend, she was like, no, you need to, especially with twins, you need to see them before like 10 weeks. So I said, well, do you have a contact? Like, can I message her to see if it is normal that I'm have to wait like after my 12-week scan to see a midwife to like ask questions? Because I want to ask questions, obviously. And then as soon as she messaged, her name's Catherine, or Kay, and she was like, no, twins, she needs to be seen earlier. I think that was just the only appointment, but if she comes and sees me, I can get her in earlier. So she said I'll email her by Sunday to get her an appointment for ASAP, and she got me an appointment this week. So it's confirmed, it's Tuesday, a month before the NHS originally gave me. So I get to ask and get to know a little bit more about what this pregnancy entails and like how many scans I need and stuff like that. But I do know that my next scan is on the 21st of May. So my 12-week scan is the 21st of May, in the King's College Hospital, which is like the big fetal unit. That's like huge. So that'll be exciting. Apparently it's like an amazing building, and it would just be nice to go there and get all my full checks for everything. And then my family have said, well, why don't you just go for a little 9 or 10 week scan just to double check on them locally. And I know a place literally down the road, which I probably will, just to check their growth and everything, because I think like waiting another month for a scan is, it's quite long. So I think 2 weeks is good. So that's the plan so far. But I will keep you updated, and I will show you my bump update as well. It's just crazy how much the uterus has expanded already. And I know the future me is going to look back and be like, you were so small back then. But I just know if it's this now, I'm going to be big. So I'm literally just sitting here. I've just been shopping in my local, I don't even know what this is, like a little, I don't even know what this is. It's like loads of little shops in like a little area. But yeah, baby brain. But yeah, I've just been sitting here in the car for the last like 10 minutes just reading the comments on my videos, and I've been sobbing. I have literally, tears have been coming to my eyes of just like how lovely everyone's been and how emotional everyone's been for me in my videos. And it's just so nice to feel people's feelings and be able to share my feelings with others and help others feel things. There's just some beauty with this Instagram and YouTube and social media where we can really impact others and emotionally, and I love that. Like, that's a positive, that we can share our joy through emotion and sharing our journey, to make people not feel alone or to relate to people. And I know everyone watching these types of videos about, pregnancy, trying to conceive, IVF, early pregnancy, like how much like I get out of watching other people, like how much like comfort I got watching others that I can contribute into this and give you guys comfort too. Because it is a journey, like, every day I'm just so grateful, and I'm still like in, like I say, a little bit, like in shock. Like I have to remind myself, like, oh my God, I'm pregnant with twins. This is mental. And I just get these moments of just pure emotion, like now, and like pure gratitude that I'm here, because the old me, the me like 2 years ago, going through surgeries, like literally it was like nearly coming up to my emergency surgery, I found out I had a cyst and it was growing really rapidly. This time 2 years ago, it was just like, just scares. They didn't know. I was going through checks. I was going through like just scares that it could be cancer, and just that my tubes were, it was gonna, you know, make me lose an ovary. It was just all this scarcity, and the old me just, yeah, I look back at her now and I'm like, just keep going, because you're going to get your happy ending. And it's weird because the old me knew it was going to happen. There was this feeling, I know it's going to happen. Like I know this is in my destiny to have this, and yeah, just living in this right now. And every day I can feel my baby's growing. Like I literally can feel them. I know everyone's like, oh, how can you feel it? But like, I'm so in touch with my emotions, guys. As you can tell, I'm so in touch with my emotions. I'm so in touch with my body. I've worked on that relationship with my body. I know how to take care of it. I know how to love it. I know how to express how I feel. I know how to share how I feel. I'm not afraid to, like, I don't keep anything in, and just my body, like, you know, if I need something, I'll say it, and I listen. And because I listen, I have a beautiful connection with it. And in that connection, I can feel things, like, you know, I can feel, like the other day I was laying there and I was like, I swear, like I can feel like some like movement. I don't know if the babies are moving, because obviously the first scan I had, they were like quite on top of each other, and I was looking down at my belly and I was like, I could feel like there were more on one side, because I had like a bit of like it was like pushed out on one side more than the other side. And it was weird because over the last few days I could feel like one has sort of been moving, and I was like, oh, it just made my belly go a bit funny. But yeah, I can just feel a lot going on, and I just feel grateful that I can feel them, and I know they're growing. And every day I'm literally growing. Like my hips are widening. I've been measuring myself as well, and my hips are widening. That lower belly, so underneath the belly button, I've been measuring, and it's got bigger. And I did weigh myself. I've still been losing weight because I have been still struggling to eat. I'm not the greatest with food, but then again, just now I've gone to Pret, and then I was craving the tuna baguette with crunchy cucumber. Oh, that hit the spot. I said to, I was with my friend and I was like, yeah, I'd probably only eat about this much of it. I ate the whole thing. She was like, oh, you were hungry. I was like, I was, but I had porridge this morning as well, but I couldn't finish the porridge. So it's like something, I fancy something, and then sometimes I get to the point where like, oh, I don't want any more, or I can't eat it. Last night, dinner time, I think I'd left it too late, and then I just was over hungry, and then I wasn't hungry, but I knew I had to eat because I felt a little bit nauseous, and I was like, oh, I just have to eat something. And I said to David, I can't cook. I literally cannot cook right now. I can't cook the 2 meals we had from Gusto and that I thought I wanted at the time. Don't want them now. So I was like, babe, you're going to have to go to the kebab shop. And I'm fancying chips in pitta with some burger sauce. And that's exactly what I had last night. So that was all I had. No protein. You've got chicken. I looked at the chicken, smelled the chicken. I was like, oh, I can't eat the chicken. But I'm just particular. I am trying to get, like, the tuna baguette was great. Like, that was pure protein in that. So hopefully, like, I can still keep my protein up. But like I said, I'm listening to my body and what it needs and what it doesn't want. So it's just, yeah, I haven't been consistent with, like, eating full meals. But I've been eating little and often, which is good. Because, you know, yes, I've been losing weight. I've literally lost. So I was like 67 kilos when I was in Dubai. I put on a kilo. I was 66 before I left, but then when I went out there, I enjoyed myself, and 67 when I come home, and then from 67 I'm now 63. I've literally lost like 3 kilos, which was the same when I had IVF the first round. When I did all my egg collection, I lost a lot of weight as well. I think the anxiety was really making me lose weight, and then the progesterone was like messing up my appetite. Like I just couldn't eat with the anxiety as well. I was just not eating a lot, so I'd lost weight, but then I put it back on after the IVF over December. Put it on, enjoyed my time in January and February, just enjoying myself, going out. We were going on loads of date nights, and then yeah, just coming back and obviously having this transfer and then being pregnant. It's been wild, and I know a lot of people do suffer with all these symptoms, you know, with food aversions and nausea and all of that. And I'm just grateful that I'm still functioning, because I know a lot of people that don't. Like, that was my biggest, like, oh my God, like, am I going to be able to work? Am I going to be able to, you know, still have my clients? I've got a retreat this weekend, and I'm like, am I going to be okay? So I had all of this fear and unknown. That anxiety was really hitting me at the beginning of just not knowing if I'm going to be okay, but knowing that I've just got to get through it. And then every day that I've been feeling good, I've just been really, really, really grateful. Like, my gratitude to like my body for like looking after me and me looking after it. Yes, I do still feel nausea, but like mild nausea, but that I can manage. It's not bad, and I can manage it by eating. It actually helps, which I know a lot of people do have that as well. So the eating helps the nausea, and that's what my mum kept drumming into me, saying, look, if you're not hungry, you just have to eat. Like, you're not ill, you're just pregnant, and your body needs the food, even though it's telling you it doesn't. Just keep eating. So I've done what my mum told me to do, and it's worked, and I'm just grateful, small and often. But yeah, I thought I'd check in with you guys. 8 weeks and 4 days. It's Thursday today. Yeah, I'll be 9 weeks on Monday, and I'm officially going to go for another scan. I told myself I just wanted that scan between the 7 weeks and the 12 weeks. I wanted that scan in between. So one of my other IVF girls that has messaged me on Instagram, she said she went for her 9 weeks. She went, Lauren, it's changed. The baby's changed so much, you have to go and see it in 9 weeks. I was like, okay. So I'll do a 9 week, and then I'll wait for my 12 week, because I think that's a good gap. I think waiting like, what was it, 5 weeks? But I was like, no. And not because I'm worried, I just want to see them. I literally just want to see them and see how they're doing, see their measurements, and just, yeah, check on them and see their position, because I can feel them, and I want to see if they're, because you get the tummy one, I think, from 9 weeks onwards. You can get the tummy one, you don't have to have the internal, and I don't want to have the internal. But yeah, I thought I'm just going to do one more. I don't want to overscan, because I know it's not good for the babies to have too many, but I think one in between the 12 weeks is good, and especially when I've got 2 in there. So yeah. Oh, and another thing that I have been getting, that I had to ring the clinic yesterday about because I was a bit worried, was when I get up from bed or turn over in bed, so go from my left to my right or my right to my left, or I sneeze, I get stabbing, shooting pains. And then I'm like, to the point where I can't even talk. Like, Dave was like, you okay? And I'm like in so much pain, but like only for like less than like 10 seconds. It's like, it's quite quick. And it does feel muscular. It doesn't feel like it's the babies. It just feels like intuitively, it was like where I'm like, my belly's coming out, and it was all, I already had like a little bump. Where it's expanding, I think the muscles are just contracting, and then when I'm, or contracting, expanding the other way, and they're moving and they're growing, I think like it feels like a pulled ligament. And then when I rung the clinic, she said, yeah, that's exactly what it is you're just tugging. So if you're quick movement, or you're moving too quickly, your body's not catching up, so it's like it's tugging and it's twisting, or not twisting, it's tugging and it's pulling, which feels like it's being, you know, you're going to get a stabbing pain. But yeah, it's like happening quite often. And then and then she did say, and so did ChatGPT, that it's very common in twin pregnancies, because you're growing twice as quick. So your body's trying to catch up. So they just said, just be really careful when you're getting up, like get up on your side, like don't go up straight. Because when I was doing that was when it was happening. But it was obviously happening when I was rolling. But she said, just take your time when you're rolling, and just like hold in your core. So yeah, I'm trying to manage that. But then when I sneeze, I have to put my feet in like a position so it doesn't hurt. Because if I sneeze like laying down flat, no, like it's so painful. But she said it's not dangerous on the babies, it's absolutely fine, and to not worry about it. But obviously it was good to let them, you know, to get peace of mind. And she just said, like, if it gets any, like, not worse, but if it's like, if it prolongs, the pain prolongs longer than like a few seconds, like, you know, longer than a minute or two, then obviously go straight to A&E. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, luckily they pass really quickly. So if anyone else has suffered with those twinges, like just like stabbing pains when you sneeze, or quick movements, or getting up from bed, do let me know. But apparently it's common, so that's a thing. But yeah, other than that, it's all good. But yeah, this weekend, guys, we're hosting a whole retreat. We've got like 16 people coming to the retreat, and it's in just outside London on the M40 near Berkshire. And yeah, we're hosting a shadow work retreat, and it's our first, like, we have had 2 retreats before, but we did a coach's retreat, and then we did a birthday retreat. So I did it for my birthday, but also did it like a festival kind of vibe with cacao and just inner child, and we did do breath work. But then this one, we're really specifically doing shadow work. So it's our shadow and somatic work retreat. So we're focusing on shadowing through the 7 chakras and journeying through those 7 chakras and the blocks of the 7 chakras and really activating each chakra, so your 7 chakras. So we're focusing on, you know, throughout the 3 days, we're focusing on each one. So by the end of it, you're like, yeah, just ascended, and you've like moved through things, and you've really activated your chakras so then they can come into that alignment. Yeah, it's our first one that we're doing specifically on this on our program, and we cannot wait. So I'm sure we'll get a bit of footage to show you guys of how it goes, but I'm just grateful that I'm feeling good. I'm hosting a few things on it, so even though we've got a few other coaches doing some bits and facilitating some bits, I'm hosting part of the Reiki. I'm doing some Reiki masters for my people that are the coaches in our platform that want to become masters. I'm hosting a little 3-hour thing on tomorrow, earlier than the retreat, so they're coming down early. And then yeah, I'm hosting the creative play, and that's where I've been Hobbycraft, to get some like creative play things to get that inner child activated, because we always forget our inner child, and we always think, oh, we're too busy, or we got work, or we got this, but we're making every single person for an hour and a half let their creativity out and let their inner child out and draw and play and paint and glitter and do all these silly stuff. And we have got boys. It's actually half guys, half girls as well that are coming on the retreat. And I'm going to make the guys do it. I'm going to make them do it, because they're the worst. They're the worst of forgetting that their little boy used to love to do these things. I know it because I see it in my nephew, and he loves doing all these creative stuff. And I think, you know, we do get so ahead of ourselves being adults, we just forget to release that inner child and just let loose and let play. So that'll be fun. But yeah, I'm sure I'll get some footage, and I'll check in with you guys next week for my 9-week scan.